Hello class. In this video I'm going to show you how to clean up this exploded axon by adding Poche to the walls. It's a little bit manual and it seems like it's going to take a little bit of time, but really it doesn't take that long at all. A little patience. It's definitely worth it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new layer. Actually what you should do is you probably should save your view as an exploded axon if you haven't already done so. It's always good to save along the way. So go ahead and do that. But once you've done that, I'm going to make a new layer. Alternatively, I could put it on the 3 individual layers, but I'm going to make a new layer and I'll just call it, oops, click too many times there, I'm just going to call it Poche. So I remember I could call this roof plan and so on and so forth. And I'm going to set my foreground color to be black, just like this. And I'm literally going to paint on this Poche. There's a fairly easy way of doing it. I'm going to do the paintbrush here, and it might take me a couple steps to get accurate. I'm going to go to where I have some nice walls to be most clear, so I'll start on the second floor plan. We can see, if I zoom way in, we can see Revit has sort of Poche'd them with this gray tone. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down to my brushes here, and I'm going to go to General Brushes, and I'm going to do Hard Edge because that's all. I don't want it fuzzy to do this. And I'm going to set my pixels. Now we can see, if you can on YouTube, there's a little circle right there. That's the size. I want to set the circle size to be the width of my cut plane. So we can see I have to make it a little bit smaller, and it might take some work to get, and your number might very likely be different than mine. So in this case, I'm just zeroing in on it. I think 7 in my case seems to be pretty good. And so we can see if I just click, that circle width is about the same width as the wall. I'm going to undo that click. Because to get the Poche correct, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from one area and click. And then I'm going to hold Shift on my keyboard and go to the edge of that line. So I'm going to go to that corner and go to here. And we can see it creates a complete straight line between those 2 points. And if I zoom out and go to my next part, of course I don't want to cut through the window, so I'll go to the edge of the wall right here. I'm going to hold Shift again and click there. And it makes a straight line all the way across here. Now the window doesn't get cut. You could make a very thin one if you wanted to. I don't think it's needed. So I'm going to go to the other side of the window, click, then hold Shift, and click again. Skip the window, click, hold Shift, and click again. Now for interior walls, if you need them to be thinner, just come up here and change your size setting. So maybe this wants to be 5 instead. Maybe that's a little small. I mean, it's very minor in my case. I think 6 might work. But I might start here. I'm going to click here. I'm going to go all the way to the, that's actually a door, so I'll go to the door and click. Start the other end of the door, go to the wall, and click. And I can click here, hold Shift and click, hold here, hold Shift and click, and so on and so forth, and do all the walls all the way around. Ultimately, I'm not going to show, that's going to take some time. Obviously, it's not hard. You can start to see it being very nice dark presence, which looks really nice. You don't necessarily have to choose black. You could choose another color, a dark gray, whatever might work well for your drawing. But you know, black is a good way to go. It takes some time, but you'll get it done. And just so to show sort of incomplete, I actually have the original house I usually work on sort of completed. So there's no need to watch me do this entirely. So we'll just skip ahead. Voila, here it is. Look, I've Poche'd all the walls all the way up. In this case, I've also done the basement. You guys don't need to worry about the basement. I think it's okay without that. But here's how it works. And even in this case, I filled in the chimneys sort of solid, although technically there'd be a hole in them. It sort of gives it a nice effect, sort of holds it together nicely on the page. So that's how you Poche your walls. Now I'm going to follow this video up with one more video, and that's how to connect these all together, sort of as a last and final step, rather than just being floated separate pieces, and it's going to allow me to show you a cool little brush technique as well. So I will see you in that video.